to Roll. My name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, The Teenage Movie Critic, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, everybody. I'm so excited to have you all back together again, and in today's video, we're going to be doing the final CinemaCon video for today, and we are doing the Disney panel. This was actually kind of an interesting panel because a lot of people said that they actually liked it a lot more than the one from last year. I mean, I actually liked the one from last year, not gonna lie, but it's whatever. So with that said, let's go on and get started talking about the Disney panel of CinemaCon 2024. So, of all the films that they were talking about, Young Woman in the Sea, this is one that I just have least interest of what they were covering. I mean, yeah, and I think it's kind of baffling that this is like one of the only films that they released a trailer for CinemaCon, and not only to CinemaCon, but to the public. Seems kind of weird. And I mean, it looks okay-ish, but I'm not, of all the films, it's just like, we're excited for all this other stuff. No one cares about Young Woman in the Sea. But that's just my personal opinion. Now, I'm gonna be honest, every other movie up to this point in time, I'm just beyond excited for. And with Thunderbolts, you know, when it was first announced, I was extremely excited because I liked the idea of, you know, a Suicide Squad in the MCU. But unfortunately, when they announced that the team, it made me think, I don't know if I'm excited for this anymore. But as we kept going along, there were certain details with this film that just kind of get me a little bit more excited for it. And that, especially like with the stuff that Florence Pugh posted a couple weeks back, it's just making me a little bit more excited for the film. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm getting a little bit more excited for it, and I'm excited to watch it. Now, obviously, if you guys know, I was, of course, very excited for this film when they first announced it, but obviously, as time has gone on with the whole stuff of the hoax and everything, I kind of haven't really been the most excited for it. But I will say, my anticipation has gone up a little bit. Still skeptical, but I'm excited for it because from the footage that we heard about, the movie, everybody is saying that the movie looks awesome. With the interactions between Sam Wilson and Thunderbolt Ross. I heard that the action is really good. I heard that we're going to be getting some Isaiah Bradley action. That's going to be actually interesting seeing an old man fight. And get these cold lines like, "You're not Steve Rogers." You're right, I know. Kind of exciting, but one of the more interesting details of this movie is anticipating for me is they said that this movie's kind of going to reshape of what the MCU is supposed to be for the future. And honestly, I kind of like that. So, like I said, still have my skepticality for it, but I still am excited for this film, and I'm still excited to see it. Now, I remember seeing one of the first Aliens movie back in 1986, from the 1986 film. I wasn't really a big fan of it, but from the stuff that I've heard about this film, that it's like terrifying or whatever, sounds kind of cool, so I am down for it, I guess. Now, obviously, this is a film I am very excited for when they first announced it. And honestly, from all the stuff that we heard from this movie, it just sounds really, really fun and entertaining. From all the fun stuff of saying, "Suck it, Fox, I'm going to Disneyland. Frick you." And then just all the fun stuff of him and Wolverine and everything. Honestly, I wish they could just post that to online. I wish we could see that. But man, oh man, all the stuff that we've been hearing with this film sounds so good. And I'm really hoping that it is a great film. Like, it has to be. It has to be. And Moana 2, of course, I loved the first Moana film. And when they announced they're making Moana 2, I was extremely excited. And for the stuff that we've heard from what this movie is going to be. I'm just excited that, we got this little clip with Moana and everything, and what it means for her coming back home from all the voyages. I'm just excited to see what this film is going to be, and all the above. It sounds really exciting. Now, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is actually one of my most anticipated films of this year, and the fact that we are finally getting it next month, in a couple weeks, is very exciting. And from what I've heard of what they showed at CinemaCon, it sounds actually pretty incredible. Like, I'm actually pretty excited for this film. And I'm actually, because people were doubting this movie that it wasn't really going to be good, but it's going to be good, fellas. It's going to be good. So, I'm excited. Now, when they first announced the Fantastic Four movie for the MCU, I was kind of skeptical. And then we got the cast announced, which is kind of surprising that we finally don't have to speculate of who the cast is going to be. And yeah, so we finally got the cast. Big thing that excites me more about this film going forward is I like that it's going to be this period piece in the 60s. Which is something that we've never really, it's a time period that we've never really seen before. We got 1940s with Captain America, we got 90s with Captain Marvel. Can't really think of any other thing. We don't really get a lot of period pieces in the MCU, and to get one in the MCU was the 60s with the Fantastic Four, and then traveling to another universe or whatever. I'm excited to see that, and just having all this futuristic but past timey stuff. It just sounds really cool, but I hope they don't mess it up. I hope that the film can be good and they get the version of these characters right. Now, of course, I loved the first Inside Out, so naturally, I'm very excited for the second film. And honestly, from what I've been hearing, every time I see a trailer for Inside Out 2, I'm like, I kind of wish they showed a little more. Because I just want to see something of this. But then you realize, if you showed more scenes, you're basically showing the rest of the movie. And you can't really show that. So, honestly, I think it's better to wait to see the funny moments, the emotional moments, and all the greatness of that. So, with that being said, and also from what we've heard from this movie, everybody is saying that it takes the stuff that was so great about the original Inside Out, and taking that magic and bringing it to the screen and updating it, and all that greatness, and doing the greatness of a story of childhood and nostalgia and all that. I'm just so excited. I heard it's really funny. I'm so excited for this film. It's coming out in 2 months. 2 months! I have to see it before I go to Disney World. I swear to God, I gotta go. I'm very excited. Now, if you guys know me, I am a massive Lion King fan, and I know a lot of people weren't the biggest fans of Lion King 2019, but honestly, as it's grown on me. I've started to respect it a lot more. And when they announced that they're making a prequel, but sort of sequel to the original Lion King, that's about Mufasa and the origin story of his character, a lot of that just excited me so much. And part of the reason for that is, one, I'm a huge Lion King fan, but also, this is a story that we're seeing for the very first time in film, or really from any sort of media you can watch. And it's not doing the whole Zira and Kowu storyline. So you're not retelling an animated film. You're doing an original story. And what keeps getting me excited is everything that Barry Jenkins is saying about this movie. That he wants to tell a good story, of how people become great, but also just in the way, because we've seen a couple shots here and there of young Mufasa and all this stuff, and to see some of these gorgeous lands again, but to see different types of gorgeous lands, that sounds really interesting to me, because, the first film captured the look of a Disney-ified Lion King movie live action Africa. In this one, because it's, you know, somewhat in the Pride Lands, it is still, we're kind of going to all these different places in the world with these large landscapes. And I'm just so excited for this. And to also get this story with Mufasa and Scar and everything, to get the great music numbers. Please let this movie be good. Plus, this is my most anticipated film of the year, and it comes out in December. I'm going to be there day one. I'm so excited for Mufasa Lion King. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.